All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and citations to the elect. All right. This is Brother Lawyer from Great Millstone, Miami, and the topic I want to go into in this lesson, man, is plagues, man, and how the Lord is getting ready to increase these plagues and judgments more and more. Okay, it's about to get more drastic, man. Okay, it's about to get worse. All right, in this world, man. All right, because the wickedness has continually increased. Okay, so as we see, within the past so many years, the Lord has been bringing earthquakes and hurricanes and different weather catastrophes, which the Lord will continue to do those things. Okay, all right, different heat waves and wildfires, volcanic eruptions. All right. Some years ago, you had the third letter of the alphabet, 19. OK. All right. That was going on, and that, these things have been having effects on the earth, man. The weather catastrophes have been affecting the crops. All right. The third letter of the alphabet, 19, had this effect on the economy and businesses. OK, but that's not the end all be all. It's, that those was just appetizers, man. OK, the Lord's going to start bringing out the main course, on these wicked people out here in this world, man. All right. And it was just my spirit to bring this out, man, because, about a night ago, we did a sit down, man, with the beloved brother Kasha Quala from Atlanta, and he brought out that point, man. And it's just it can't be stressed enough, man. The Lord's about to start laying down the hammer on the earth, man. All right. Rightfully so, man. OK. And so, yeah, man, we're watchmen. So we're going to prophesy about these things. OK. And 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 5, it says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction." Okay, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So the Lord's going to bring these plagues, man. All right. And it's going to be well known that this is the divine work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Okay. All right. That's why you have now where people just can't keep the scriptures out their mouth, man, because they see something that's up. OK, there's been a handful of headlines over the past years. It's God judging America, plagues of biblical proportions, natural disasters are record breaking, of biblical proportions. Are we living in the end times? Why, man? Because there's a spirit out there in the earth, man, through Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. OK, and through the ministry of the prophets, man, the whole world is starting to take note and attention to the Bible. Now, whether or not they get the true breakdown, the proper understanding comes down to predestination. OK, through Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. But nonetheless, man, it's being known that the Lord is working in the earth, man. OK, so these plagues is going to get worse. There's going to be more wars and civil unrest and uproars of the people. It's going to be greater famines. OK, and famine, the concept of famine is foreign to this Western world, man. OK, specifically Babylon the Great. OK. All right. But when it comes, it's going to come and it's going to hit, man. All right. Because these people out here, these overweight Americans that, they just pop something in a microwave or go to their nearest fast food restaurant. OK, they live deliciously. They don't know nothing about famine. They don't know nothing about going hungry. People like to talk about, coming from the struggle and, how hard their life is here in Babylon. And, everybody just been through some hardship type shit. You Americans are not familiar with true hardship. OK. OK. All right. You live deliciously. Things go relatively well for people here in Babylon, man. OK, so when these judgments begin to hit, man, it's going to be drastic, man, especially considering, how prosperous this place is. People have abundance of goods and abundance of comforts and luxuries. And those things just get taken away. And that comfort turns into discomfort, and that discomfort turns into violence. Okay. And death, pestilences, man. Okay. Verse 6, it says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. And how is the Lord not going to hold his tongue no more? Okay. All right. Well, firstly, through the prophets, the Lord is going to send out his prophets to preach the word, as he has always done. Okay. Since the beginning, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old have prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence, man. Okay. There is no peace coming to this place. Things are not going back to normal. Okay. You can just throw away the dream, the living the life, living my best life, trying to scratch off your bucket list and all this other stuff, man. You can just throw that out the window. Okay. If famine is coming, it's going to be no food in the stores. The food truck's going to stop coming in. Weather catastrophes are going to get worse and worse. All right. Wildfires and heat waves, droughts, scarcity of resources, man. Okay. Why? Because the wickedness has increased. The Lord's going to speak and hold his tongue no more by bringing these plagues as judgments and punishment, man, for the wickedness of the people, man. All right. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Okay, which we already know that Esau and the powers that be have it set out to come after. Okay. All right. The righteous, man, all right. And come after us and try to do us harm and defame us and shame us. All right. Even in certain cases. All right. There's going to be martyrs amongst the believers, man. The Lord's not just going to sit back and let that happen and you let you people skate off. OK, into the sunset with your new world order agenda and your wickedness, man. All this wickedness people doing and they think God don't see it, man. They think the Lord don't see it, man. They think the Lord just going to forget about it and just wink at it. That's not what is going down, man. Hundreds of thousands and millions of people are getting ready to starve to death. Okay. Many of them will resort to cannibalism. It's going to be all out chaos in the streets. Okay. No food, no water, no electricity, no entertainment, no bread and circus. Okay. The cities being locked down, pestilences, bodies in the streets, man. The Lord is not playing, man. All right. Second Ezra chapter 15. Okay. Well, matter of fact, I just gotta keep reading from where I left off. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Okay. So Jacob's trouble is coming, man. Jacob's trouble is coming. The Lord's people are going to be, pursued, and persecuted. All right. But the Lord is going to start speeding things up, man. Okay. All right. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So more plagues going to come, man. Like you read in the book of Exodus. All right. When the Lord sent Moses and Aaron to prophesy against Egypt, as they were speaking, the plagues was happening, man. And the plagues got stranger and stranger. The Lord was putting the work on Egypt, man. Hitting them with the kidney shots and the left foot, the uppercut. The Lord was getting down on Egypt, man. And it's only going to get worse, man. That's the thing, man. Things are only going to get worse, man. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it. Okay. All right. So this whole mirthful spirit, this prideful spirit that's out here in Babylon and in the world, it's going to be humbled greatly, man. Okay. Greatly, man. All the comforts people have and the luxuries they have access to. Okay. Dwelling carelessly. All right. That is going to go out the window. Okay. And the Lord set us up to speak these things, man. All right. Because they're worthy. They're worthy of the judgment, man. You go out into this world and you see how people act and behave and think and speak. They have no fear of the Lord before their eyes. They have no fear of the Most High at all, man. Okay. All right. And for that, all right, famine, death, sword, destruction is coming. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and a fearful constellation. Okay. All right. So there's not going to be any seed. Okay. It's not going to be no harvest, man. Over the past so many years, you have farmers that have been complaining about their harvest and their crop. So why? Because of a lack of water, because of droughts, because of wildfires, because of weather catastrophes, hurricanes and hail, flooding, record-breaking rain out of season. Okay. Heat waves, destroying the crops, man. All right. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Okay. All right. So this destruction and this judgment is close. All right. It's not a thing that's going to, that's tarrying, man. We can't get in that spirit to think, it's not happening fast enough. The Lord can turn this shit up so quick, man. Okay. The Lord said, man, watch and pray, man. Okay. Because it's going to come as a snare upon all those that dwell upon the earth, man. This whole spirit of gradualism and Esau thinking that he controls the pace of life on earth, and when there's, controls when there's prosperity and peace, and when there's, destruction and chaos and mayhem, trying to set the pace and disrupt prophecy, that, gradualism, that is going right out the window, man. Okay. All right. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, man. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All out chaos, man, division. And it's not just going to be, word of mouth and people talking and, debates on the television and podcast and people sharing their opinions on X and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And, no, it's going to get violent, man. Violent. Okay. Violence in the streets, man. All right. Blood out in the streets, man. Especially America, man. Especially when it starts hitting here. Like stuff you see happening in Haiti and in Africa and the Middle East and these different third world countries. When it starts hitting here, that's when you really know what time it is, man. Because again, these people dwell carelessly, man. They're not used to these types of things, man. That's going to add another level of intensity to it. Okay. All right. Another level of gravity to the judgment, because the people here in Babylon are not used to that for the most part, man. They're not used to it at all. Okay. So they're going to go buck wild. All right. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay. So no respect for the government, no respect for the law enforcement, the local government or the federal government. None of that, man. It's going to be like the purge out here, man. People going to be doing what they want, man. Okay. Rising up against their government, civil wars and civil unrest. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay? All right, so it's going to get so bad in these cities. Certain parts of certain cities are going to be locked down. Okay? To where you can't go from one area to another. And then some parts are just going to be so dangerous that you won't be able to go and traverse there. Because there is no water, there's no food, there's no law enforcement. Gangs have overtaken the city. You know, wild animals in the streets, it's death. Dead bodies lying around. So it'll just be untraversable. It would be, you know, it would be a fool's mission to try to go through that area, man. You know, it'll be just a unhospitable environment. Okay. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. So people are going to be breaking into each other's homes, man. Okay. All right. Spoiling each other's goods. Women will be ravished. You women out here are scantily clad, you know, with your neck twisted out and rolling your eyes. And all right. You know, you men out here walking with no sense, you know, trying to chase the bag, trying to be the man, you're going to get got. You know, it's going to get ugly out here, man. No food. No food in the stores, man. No, no people going to work and, you know, I'm just go take some money out of my bank account or deposit some money and go to the ATM and swipe my credit card, debit card, and I'm just go do some grocery shopping. None of that, man. No gas. You know, and so they're going to resort to what? Violence against one another. All that fake facade people have, you know, of being peaceable, you know, just trying to get by. That's going to turn into straight violence and savagery against one another. OK. All right, this is 2 Ezra 16:18. It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famines and great death, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. OK, so look, man, these plagues and judgments that are coming. All right. Well, first of all, these plagues and judgments that are here, man, it's going to get worse, man. It says the beginning. OK. All right. It says it's just the beginning, man. All right. And they're sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. So the judgments that are happening right now, man, you know, you may have people out there that may be referring to the scriptures, as I said earlier, but for the most part, even amongst those people, they don't have a mind towards repentance, you know, and truly looking forward and having an expectation, a proper expectation of what the scriptures are talking about in the kingdom of heaven and Yahweh Shai. They don't have a mind towards that. They have a mind for the most part of trying to preserve Babylon, man, trying to preserve this kingdom. And what can we do, you know, to try to, you know, preserve the American dream or some shit, you know? They don't have a mind towards repentance and seeking the Lord. So they're going to continue on in their wickedness and in their idolatry, and they're going to die, man. All right. Then don't feel bad for these people neither, man. I don't care what kind of relationship you have with them, whether, you know, they're family, friends, you know, people out here in the world. Trust and believe they have, if they're not in this truth, man, unless they repent, they have no mind towards Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai whatsoever, man. So whatever is coming, they deserve that shit, man. Okay. All right. It's 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. You see that? So the plagues are coming as what? A woman in travail. You know, the contractions, the labor pains get worse and worse and worse as she's getting ready to deliver the child, as it's getting ready to come out, you know. All right. So as we draw nigh and, you know, closer and closer to the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shai coming. All right. These plagues and these judgments are going to get harder and harder and harder. OK. And it's not going to be just isolated events and isolated occurrences. No, it's going to be all over the place, man. OK. All over the place. It's not going to be an escape. The scriptures say what? Sorrows shall come upon it on every side, man. It's not going to be any solace for these people. The only people that's going to have any form of comfort in that time will be the elect. Because the Lord said what? My servant shall eat and drink and rejoice. You know, he promised that he was going to lift up a standard. You know, the Lord's going to guide us as it's written. But the rest of you people are going to get got out here, man. You know, the rest of these people are going to get got out here, man. That's why it's important for us to stay in this truth, man, to stay in this secret place so that we can escape. OK. All right. So that we can escape from these judgments, man. What did Yahweh Shai say? This might be the last precept. OK. That's why it's important for us to stay in this, you know, stay locked in, man. Because everything else is a distraction. Everything outside of this truth is a distraction. It's all a mind game. It's all a mind fuck. OK. All of it is a mind game. Illusions, man. OK. Hocus pocus. All right. Vanity. Luke chapter 21 and 34 says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting. OK, so we gotta be on our P's and Q's spiritually, man. You know, we can't be all in this partying bullshit, going out, clubbing, you know, trying to live it up too goddamn much in this place, man. Trying to turn up all the goddamn time, man. Scriptures say at any time. Why does it say at any time? The scriptures are going to explain. And drunkenness, you know, reveling and you know, going out all the time, you know, getting too caught up in the ways of this world. Get in and get out. OK, and cares of this life. Worrying about the things of this world, man. You know, my woman, my family, my kids, my job, my car, you know, money, bills. We do things to maintain, and that's it, man. We pilgrims, man. And so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. OK, so the Lord wants us locked in, and we need to be locked in, man. OK, we cannot risk, you know, being distracted, man. And that's what, like I said, that's what everything else outside of this truth is a distraction. OK, the Lord doesn't want our minds overly occupied with these things, because the judgments and the plagues that are coming as a snare, and they're going to come hard, abruptly and suddenly. OK, and it's going to be a drastic shift from one moment to the next, man. OK, so that's why it's important to stay locked in this truth, man. As much as we can, pray, you know, stay before the Lord, continue to be a brother, meditate on the scriptures as much as possible, man. You know. All right. So, hey, man, we trying to escape these judgments, man. So with that, you know, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Hakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and citations to the elect. Shalom.